So let's study section 54G and section 54GA. What is section 54G and 64GA? In this, land and building, plant and machinery, expenses of shifting for industrial undertaking. First read this much. This much part, the first, till industrial undertaking in the domestic tariff area. As I am dictating you, please write in your book. Land and building, plant and machinery, and expenses of shifting for industrial undertaking in domestic tariff area. That is section 54G. Write section 54G besides that. And what the section says, the period of holding should be either short-term capital gain, short-term capital asset, or short-term capital asset or long-term capital asset. The asset purchase should be same, that is land and building, plant and machinery, and expenses are also allowed as capital gain over here, as exemption, as while we are doing that amount invested thing. In that amount invested, so expenses are also included with land, building, plant and machinery, expenses of shifting for industrial undertaking. Same as asset transfer, don't write same as asset transfer, write the same till undertaking in domestic tariff area, that is DTA. So exemption is gross long-term capital gain or amount investment, whichever is lower. Now you are familiar with it, so I don't need to now and then explain you what it is. In this, the time limit to avail such exemption is within 1 year before transfer date, that is purchase, and within 3 years after the transfer date purchase, because industrial building in domestic tariff area, they are not constructing, so the provision for constructing, that is 2 years after sales, is not available over here. So 3 and 1, before 1 and after 3. Before 1 means before sales 1 year, after sales 3 years is available. Unutilized amount will be transferred to CGDS account if violation there is no. What is section 54GA? Section 54GA is land and building, plant and machinery, expenses of shifting for industrial undertaking in SEZ, specialized economic zone. Special economic zone is treated as an area. It is treated as not a part of India, but it is a part of India, but for the purpose of sales it will be assumed as export while we are transferring to SEZ. If within the state we do, that is sales tax, CST we calculate, we do VAT within the state, outside the state, interstate, intrastate we do, that comes in indirect tax. So that is not a concern over here. The concern is land and building, plant and machinery, expenses of shifting from industrial undertaking in SEZ, that is section 54GA. The period of holding is same. The asset purchase should be the same in special economic zone. The amount exemption will be gross long-term capital gain, amount investment, and the time limit is within 1 year before the transfer date, purchase within 3 years after the transfer date purchases, and if the amount is unutilized, then it will be transferred to CGDS account. And note, what does amount is unutilized? There is a possibility that in gross long-term capital gain, you have earned a huge amount of capital gain and you are purchasing a less amount thing. Suppose you have earned a gross long-term capital gain of 75 lakhs, and amount you have invested of only 50 lakhs, so remaining 25 lakhs you can take it as a long-term capital gain and pay 20% of tax on it and take the money. Otherwise you have an option to transfer it into a CGDS account, and within 3 years of this purchase, I'm talking about this, within 3 years you can again purchase the asset, that is again purchase a residential house property. Similarly applies to all this section within 2 years. If the unutilized amount is there, you can either transfer it to CGDS account or you can take it in your pocket by paying tax. Many a times people don't pay tax and they transfer it to CGDS account and they purchase another new asset within the time specified. So this is all the sections that I've taught you right now. I just want you to copy this section. Section 54GA and section 54G and section 54GA. I hope you have copied. I hope this is done. So I have given note, violation, note. What is violation? If the above conditions are not followed by the SSCs, then what is the punishment? See, violation notes. There are two parts of violation. First part, section 54 violation, section 54D violation, section 54G and GA violation. If violation are done in this section, then how we have to calculate? Sorry. FVOC less transfer expenses gets net consideration less reduced cost of acquisition. Reduced cost of acquisition, that is cost of acquisition exemption allowed earlier. And less cost of improvement, and we get short-term capital gain only. Even though it is long-term, we'll get only short-term capital gain. This is a specified format. Such sum doesn't come, but there is one sum in the practice manual on it. So when you are studying, then you should not say that this thing was not taught. So this is a format. It is a complete format. You just have to substitute the values. There is no logic. I've tried finding the logic in this. It is just a punishment to the SSC. Now he has to pay short-term capital gain, and it will be taxable in the normal slab rate of the SSC. So in earlier case he has taken the exemption. Now he has to suffer. So it is only this much. So I want you all to copy this. Now let me teach this. Section 54 EC and Section 54 F. If violation is done, then FVOC less transfer expenses, net consideration, less cost of acquisition, less cost of improvement, short-term capital gain, short-term capital gain C. If violated means long-term capital gain, it is not long-term capital, it is short-term capital. Long-term capital, it is not long-term capital, it is short-term capital. So the short-term capital gain plus long-term capital gain allowed earlier. While calculating this, you have to take short-term capital gain. You can't claim long-term capital gain. It is a specific format given by the ICAI or the authority who are framing all this. It is a format given by them. The authority framing this is the Finance Ministry. So they have made the format F54 EC and 54 F. If they are not fulfilled, the sections are not fulfilled, the provisions are not fulfilled, then this format has to be followed. FVOC, that is full value of consideration, less transfer expenses, will get net consideration, less cost of acquisition, less cost of improvement, and we'll get short-term capital gain. You have to do all this and you have to get short-term capital gain only, plus long-term capital gain allowed earlier, and then you have to then at the end it will become short-term capital gain only, not long-term capital gain. So add short-term capital gain with long-term capital gain, and the total amount will become short-term capital gain, and it will be taxable in the slab rate. Please copy it down. I hope you have understood. A small section that I want to teach you all is section 49. I thought you section 47, now section 49 is done. It is a very small section.